So, let's talk about Raid World War II. Again. Raid came out in full, so I figured I'd do a follow-up video on my original first look and address my concerns and talk about the content that comes in the package. This will be a bit of a shorter one. In my original review of Raid, I mentioned that there were but one weapon for each class. The beta eventually did add more weaponry, and ultimately each class seems to have a couple starting weapons and unlock a few more as the game progresses. With that in mind though, the game only features 2 sniper rifles, a single LMG, and a shotgun. There's plenty of SMG and rifle variants, and the game is getting more weapons and a trio of upcoming free expansions, though, which I do enjoy hearing. My only other complaint right now is that there's only 3 sidearms at the time, with a 4th on the way, and they're all either pistols or revolvers. It'd be nice to see some stuff like compact SMGs like the Grease Gun in later expansions, or perhaps the bolt-action Wellrod pistol as a possible stealth weapon. LGL seems committed to asking the community what guns they want to see, so if you have any ideas for new firearms, definitely check the forums and make a thread. As for the number of raids, it seems to be a total of about 23 missions. It's 11 basic raids, a pair of outlaw raids that are akin to bonus missions, and 2 different operations spanning 4 and 6 heists respectively. Operations are really the meat of the game, in my opinion, all things considered. Taking settings seen in other missions like the flak turn, the train yard from Ember Train, and even the part of Berlin that immediately surrounds the safe house, and telling a cohesive story with them that includes a proper conclusion and everything. I like these missions. I like getting to explore the world of Raid, and the experience gained from them is intense. Additionally, I kinda like the outlaw missions, and the nod to Payday 2 and Rogues Gallery is just fabulous. Automatic weapons as a whole feel a little better now, and the level cap is currently 40, with all sorts of weapon upgrades and perks and doodads to equip as you go. Respecking your set of perks costs gold, which you earn by picking up loose items on raids or completing outlaw missions. Gold's also spent to upgrade your safe house with a bunch of little cosmetic bits, and it's fun and cute, but I wouldn't call it the best use of your gold. The game as a whole looks better than it did during the beta, and visually sets itself apart from Payday 2 quite well. John Cleese's role in the game is also much more expanded, with him presenting intel during FMV cutscenes in the early game and rambling on the radio in the player's bunker.
Look at this bloody thing, a walking massive armor armed with a flamethrower.
He also explains certain enemies and other pieces of info at his desk, and dare I say it, this would almost be a good place to go a little edutainment. John Cleese already explains the role of German paratroopers and such, but it'd be neat if he or Mrs. White had intel on our weaponry or certain real-world aspects that the raids take place in. Like have him explain that the M12 shotgun was invented by Tom Johnson as an improvement to Browning's Model 1897, featuring an internal hammer, or that the Springfield 1903's design was directly inspired by the Mauser long rifles that wiped the floor with American lever actions during the Spanish-American War. I get that Raid isn't going for historical accuracy and it's rated M, but given how many kids still cite earlier Call of Duties as fact in middle school history classes, I don't see anything wrong with putting even just a couple sentences and some of the other bits of the game into the intel desk. At the very least, it wouldn't hurt. The full game offers about 4 times what the beta offered, and while it's still priced about $36, it'd be a tough sell for people not already sold on its Payday-esque premise. At the very least, I'd say keep this game in mind and check back in every now and then. More new content is on its way all the time, and LGL seems to be looking to take the route of major expansion packs versus little DLCs. If you're not sold now, give it a few months to get itself grounded and build itself up, and then ask yourself if it's worth it then. Payday 2 was $30 when it launched, and it lacked melee weapons, throwables, and its hardest difficulty was Overkill. Prior to the Ultimate Edition, it was $10 cheaper and came with several magnitudes more content than when it launched. And even now, it's an absolute behemoth for just 15 more versus when it launched at. Raid World War II will grow and improve itself. Iliad and company seem dead set on that, and I have faith in them doing the right thing. My final verdict is Raid World War II is definitely worth taking a look at now, and if you're not sold, give it a moment, give it a few weeks, a couple months, and see where it is then. Till next time, see you around. Just real quick though, I am going to say I've been playing this game on normal. I have tried hard, nothing here in the footage, but it does live up to its name. It's brutal. I would compare this game's normal mode to Payday 2's Overkill, hard to Death Wish, very hard to one down. That's not exact, but just be warned, this game is actually difficult. You're going to need a coordinated team to make the most out of it. If you like this video and you'd like to see more, I'd recommend subscribing. Patreon and social media links are in the description.